Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In this Everything You Need to Know video, we are focusing on South Lake Tahoe, which is located in California and technically Nevada. So specifically this video, we're going to be focusing pretty much around the Heavenly Village area. As for what we found in South Lake Tahoe, that's where a lot of the things to do were, the shops, etc. So we will go over everything for South Lake Tahoe you need to know before you go. So we're going to get into hotel options, all the food there is around there, skiing and information on the gondolas, a little bit about Heavenly Village, what there is to do here in South Lake Tahoe. We'll go over the casinos that are here. We'll talk about shopping, and lastly, we will end and leave you guys with some tips and tricks that we learned or things you need to know before you go. So first things first is lodging and hotel options. So for when we went, we stayed at Gondola Vista unit number 5, I believe. And there was a lot of units. It was kind of like this little tucked away back neighborhood. You can see a bunch of the pretty much exact same layout houses. We absolutely loved this house. We found it to be spacious, beautiful, clean. It had everything we needed, a great kitchen, great living area. Also, a plus note on this one is you can actually walk into town from our house. So that made it really nice. I think we almost made it all the way from the casino back to the house in like under 20 minutes of a walk. So it was a great location. So if you want to check it out, it's Gondola Vista, number 5 for this one. But again, there's a bunch. They're all very similar. And if you're interested to see the entire house tour, we do have a separate video. It's just a full house tour of this Gondola Vista. Of course, there's multiple options when you do these homes. There was a ton of other homes that I'm sure you could rent out. Along with that, there was the big casinos. They had huge hotels attached to them. That is over in the Nevada side. And then also one that stood out to us was this Marriott in the center of Heavenly Village. This was called the Grand Residence Club, made by Marriott. And honestly, if you're looking for the best location, especially if you want to use those gondolas to get up to go skiing every day, it's walking distance to everything. It's right in the middle of the town, right where the lifts are, right where all the food is. So if you do want to be immersed in the town and be right in the center, not have to drive, this would be the spot for you. Now on to everyone's favorite, which is food. So we're going to go over every single place we went out to eat, give you our honest review of it, and show you the food that they had. And we're just going to go in the order of when we went to these places to keep it easy. So first we started here at Blue Dog Pizza. We had just gotten in. We wanted something quick from the flight. Basically they had like things like wings and appetizers, but obviously mostly pizzas. We really enjoyed it here. I mean, obviously it's nothing gourmet by any means, but they also do delivery, so that does make it easy. And I loved the staff, and honestly the pizza was really good, so I would recommend coming here. Again, if you want to see more information on any of these restaurants, we do a daily vlog on our channel where they show you all the food, we show you what we liked, what we didn't like, and give you all honest reviews. The next place we tried out was Azul, and we came here for lunch. It's a Mexican restaurant. The people we rented from actually suggested we try this place. This menu was pretty big. They had salads and starters, quesadillas, burritos, things like bowls and tacos, and then some specialty entrees, so a big menu. For us, the highlight were the appetizers. We got like a ceviche, a guacamole, and a queso, and they were all absolutely fantastic. My opinion differed from the family when it came to the entrees. They didn't necessarily like their entrees. The kids did like the quesadillas, but that's pretty simple. I loved mine. I had a fajita bowl. It was absolutely fantastic. So overall, it wasn't everyone's absolute favorite place, but we did enjoy it. So if you're into Mexican cuisine, make sure you check it out. Next, we had brunch at the Driftwood Cafe. Cute little cafe, definitely on the smaller side, right in Heavenly Village. They had a huge menu. They had a breakfast menu and a lunch menu that we were allowed to order from either. I don't know if that's all the time or the time that we went, but all your classic breakfast and lunch staples. I got the BLT sandwich with a side of their hash browns, and then Carson got the, I think, Swiss burger with French fries. Let me tell you something, guys, don't sleep on these fries. They are some of the best fries I've ever had. They did say that they cut them and make them in-house, and they really do. They were homemade fresh French fries to die for. My BLT was really good. It was pretty much just a standard BLT, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. And then lastly, he loved his burger, so overall, we really liked the Driftwood Cafe. Again, kind of your basic food, but they do a really good job at it. Then we took a short drive over to Himmel House. I know I'm supposed to say it with an accent, but I'm not even gonna try, but this is an authentic German restaurant here in South Lake Tahoe. Now, this was definitely a much smaller menu than the other restaurants we've been to, but a lot of your German staples. If you have a family that has some picky eaters, this may not be for you, but again, lots of German staples. We started out with some fries and then their big pretzel, which had like a bacon jam and a cheese dip that were really, really good. They also brought some mustards to the table for dipping sauces. Of course, when in Germany, you're gonna get the extra large beer, so the boys really enjoyed that authentic German beer. And I'll try and keep it short and sweet. A lot of us did the sausage meal, so you can pick certain sausages, certain sides, and then the boys did some spatzels. One was a cheese spatzel, one was plain. We also got a salad, so we basically tasted the whole menu here, honestly. For us, we really enjoyed the food because it is kind of hard to find restaurants like that, especially up in smaller cities like South Lake Tahoe, so we really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, we didn't really have the best service, but that always can change depending on your server. So if you're into German cuisine, this is a great spot for dinner. Now on to the Getaway Cafe, and guys, let me tell you, this may have been one of our favorite restaurants the entire trip. It is a little bit of a drive, not too bad, I'd say about 20 minutes or so from Heavenly Village, but the drive's really pretty, and it lands you in this little tiny restaurant called the Getaway Cafe. I mean, there can be more than 10 tables in there at the most. They also had a large menu. They had a breakfast section, a lunch section. They had just tons of options, honestly. But again, kind of back to your staples for breakfast and lunch is kind of what you're looking at. Nothing too crazy or out there. We got a bunch of different things like pancakes. I got a BLT with an egg on it and super crispy hash browns, which were fantastic. We got eggs, bacon, more pancakes. We got home fries. We also got I want to say it was a Reuben, yep, and then also a steak sandwich that stole the show. I'm telling you, it had like the au jus thing that you dip it in. I mean, everyone at the table was freaking out over the beef sandwich, but all the other basics were really, really good as well. I don't know what made this place so special. The service, they were so great, especially for being such a small establishment. I think they had like one cook back there and 2 servers, so honestly, great spot for brunch. Next up, we checked out California Burger Company in Heavenly Village. Pretty cool, unique looking inside, and obviously their specialty is going to be burgers. They have a few appetizers, some salads, they have obviously a ton of burgers. They also have sandwiches and hot dogs. I got the adult grilled cheese, which basically added like a pesto, an avocado, and a bacon to it with the side of coleslaw. I really liked it. It was kind of unique and eclectic because you don't see that everywhere. The pesto was so good on it. And then Geraldine and Carson got the blues burgers, and Carson got the sweet potato tots, which were super sweet, by the way. Overall, they really liked their burgers. Carson loved his burger, and we would recommend coming here. It's a great little spot for lunch. And now on to the brand new, iconic new restaurant here in South Lake Tahoe, Hell's Kitchen. This is located inside the casino at Harvey's. Here's a quick run of the menu. So you have some cocktails, you have some wines by the glass, and then you also have your chilled seafood, appetizers, salad, and soups and sides. And then you have your entrees along with a signature prefix menu, which is a great deal. To start, we ordered the lobster risotto, and for like $25, you can have the truffle guy come over and actually put fresh Italian truffle on the risotto. Super cool experience. We also got the butternut squash scallops, meatballs, we got some more scallops and another risotto, and then I got a Caesar salad. It was huge. It was really good. We destroyed it, obviously. We got a couple different entrees. We got just the regular filet mignon. We obviously got their Wellington, and he added it Oscar style with a lobster. We got some sides, mac and cheese. Overall, everyone really liked their food. It was fantastic. The Wellington is to die for. It's like one of the only places you can get it. It was amazing. And to end the evening, we got the sticky toffee pudding, which is my all-time favorite. We did some of the prefix menus, so we had like 2 or 3 of these for the table. Overall, great experience, great food. We've been to a lot of Hell's Kitchens and a lot of places. This was one of the best ones we've been to, so definitely give it a shot if you're a Hell's Kitchen fan. The next day we popped over to Edgewood Resort, where Brooks Bar and Deck is located. We came here for brunch, and I will throw a little tip in here. I know we're not at the tip section yet, but if you want to go somewhere that has absolutely beautiful views, go here. I mean, look at this view, absolutely stunning. So we sat inside, but look how cool, you can literally see the water from your table. Just again, a beautiful view. I mean, I would say the menu was kind of standard. You had some appetizers, you had some soups and salads, and then you also had a couple different pages of sandwiches, and then entrees and desserts. So Carson got their French dip sandwich with waffle fries, and then look how cool this au jus dipping sauce is. It came in these really awesome containers, and then I got a BLAT wedge, but I got it pre-chopped. It was amazing, and then I got a bowl of their house-made chili. And this is me here talking about how there's like 3 different dressings on this salad, and honestly, this place was really different. The food flavors were really unique. It was definitely more of like a gourmet vibe. We really enjoyed it. Definitely different from any of the other places that we've been to. Like, for example, the chili was a short rib chili, definitely not your average chili, but overall, we loved this place. Amazing views. I would definitely go out of your way to give this one a shot. And now for last, but definitely not least, let me tell you, is Primos Italian Bistro. It is a little bit of a drive. It's not really by Heavenly Village, but it is worth the drive. The menu here was definitely smaller. You have appetizers, salads, and entrees, followed by pasta and pizza with some sides. We got the burrata, and everything is made in-house and changes a little bit every night. So the night that we went, the burrata was actually a warm burrata in a meat sauce. It was delicious. They also make all of their pastas in-house, and so everything's really authentic and fresh. And then here's their burrata, which is another item that changes. For us, it was like honey, tomato, and prosciutto. I got their carbonara, which was a real carbonara. If you know, you know. There's no white sauce. It's real egg. Carson got a veal marsala, which was beautiful. Everyone loved their food. I loved the carbonara because, again, it was a real carbonara, real egg, and they cooked the noodles kind of al dente, which is really traditional. And then this piccata was probably the best piccata I've ever had. The boys got a couple other meals, like a chicken parmesan, but overall, everyone loved it. The service was great. The food was just so authentic and fresh. I would definitely take the time, take the drive to pop out to Primos Italian Bistro. And that's gonna wrap up our food portion of South Lake Tahoe. We found all the food here, honestly, to be very, very good. We go on a lot of trips, we go to a lot of places, and everyone in the family, everywhere we went, we really liked it. So enjoy some good food while you're there. So our next topic is going to be skiing / snowboarding and the mountain, including the gondolas. So you'll go all the way up to Heavenly Mountain. It is a big mountain. There is a lot of ski slopes. Unfortunately for us, there was a massive blizzard that came in about 2 days before. So the slopes were actually closed the first 2 days we were there. The gondolas didn't even start running until I think the last day. So we kind of got screwed on that. The access point to the gondolas is going to be right smack dab in the center of Heavenly Village, and that's where we've shown you guys a bunch of stuff. Typically, I think if you have your ski passes, it's included, but if you don't have ski passes, it's actually $96 per adult to go up and back down the gondola. So it's a little bit of a pricey ride, but apparently it's beautiful. Again, it was closed for us, so we never got to enjoy it. Now for the slopes on the mountain, even though we were extremely snowed in, as you can see here, even the map is totally snowed in, we did get to do a couple runs. The mountain was really beautiful. There was a ton of options, of course, hopefully when it's not snowed under, but they still had a great time. The mountain was beautiful. It was nice and fresh snow because there was a lot of it, so they did enjoy it. It was like nothing they've ever experienced before. So beautiful, beautiful ski slopes here in Heavenly Village in South Lake Tahoe. And on a side note, they did have to drive to where the lifts pick you up because obviously the gondola wasn't working, but it was pretty easy and there was also buses available. Now we're going to go over Heavenly Village, which is the main ski village here in South Lake Tahoe, and this is where you're going to find so many things. Heavenly Village is pretty large. The center is going to be where the gondolas take you up and also where the little clock tower building is. And next to that, you're going to find the mountain updates for all the lifts, what's open, what's not. And again, right behind you, that's going to be where the gondolas take you up the mountain. And I would say that is the very center of Heavenly. And as you walk along Heavenly, you're going to find a bunch of things to do there. As you can see here, here's like an activity zone where you can book activities in the winter and the spring. There's a cinema here so you can catch a movie. There are shows and nightlife here at this venue. I think there's always comedy every night, things like that. There's a candy store, there's a toy store, there's just tons and tons and tons of shopping, from outerwear to all types of stuff. And obviously there is a ton of food here as well. And there's also some really cool unique areas, like this area is set up where there could be like live music, and there's a bunch of fire pits and outside seating. Another neat little thing here in Heavenly, in the very center there is an ice skating rink with a disco ball and all these lights set up, so something really cool to do in the winter. And right next to the ice skating rink are bungee trampolines, so another fun activity for the kids or the whole family. There is also a spa here that offers a bunch of different services, and then you can also find a place to rent your skis and snowboards for the mountain. And even if you cross the street right across from the main center that I was talking about where the gondolas are, there's a whole nother side here that has more shopping, more restaurants, more things to do. Over here you'll also find Flat Stick Pub, but we'll touch on that later. But overall, Heavenly Village has a ton to do. Again, lots of shopping, lots of food options. It's just a great time to walk around, especially if it's bad weather. It gives you something to do for the day, and usually those gondolas are running through that village. So make sure you take a day out of your plans to explore the Heavenly Village located here in South Lake Tahoe. And next up is our things to do category, and we'll start off with one of my favorite places we went to. This is Flat Stick Pub. We came here and did mini golf one day, and then we did another game that they have here that's super unique. This game was called Duffel Board. It was really fun. It's like a small shuffleboard basically on a tabletop. Really fun time to play this one as well. Now this place was small, but they did have a full bar and they also had food and snacks for purchase. Now if you're a little bit more of a thrill seeker, we would recommend doing the Summit Tour at South Lake Tahoe Adventures. It is a snowmobiling tour, and we did have kind of a crazy guide. He was going really fast. We were the first ones to get back, so it was a little intense, but it was really, really fun. It was 2 hours, took you through places you would never see. Just an overall great time. Now, I will tell you, our trip started at 1, we had to get picked up at 11, and then we didn't make it back to our house until about 5. So it does take kind of all day, but at least you're on that snowmobile for 2 hours, and again, we had a great time. The other snow thing we did here was we did the snow tubing that was near the casinos on the Nevada side. This is the only one that we could find that was open. For us, it was a little slow on the slower side, especially for the price point. The price point was not cheap, but we made it fun. It's good for little kids, definitely. And again, I think there are other snow tubing parks that are a little bit more, I don't know, hilly. But we still had a good time. We stacked each other on top of each other to go faster and just stupid little things like that. But snow tubing was also a great time here in Tahoe. And below both of the casinos, there is going to be a huge arcade. So this is really great if, you have kiddos or you're just a big arcade fan like we are. You want to break from the casino or let your kids play down here while you're in the casino. But overall, huge arcade. We had a great time after dinner one night with the whole family playing here. So the arcades, again, are on the Nevada side, but they are really nice arcades. And in the Heavenly Village area, there is an axe throwing place. We did go, we didn't get in, we didn't call and make a reservation. We had a large party, we were last minute, but there is a fun little axe throwing place if you want to get out of the snow or the hot weather one day. Lastly, I know it sounds cheesy, but just make sure you enjoy the beautiful scenery here, the nature here. Of course, for us, it wasn't ideal, but it was still really fun seeing the crazy amounts of snow. Have a snowball fight, get a snowball maker. Make sure you go visit the lake. The views are incredible, so get out there and enjoy a little bit of what South Lake Tahoe has for nature. I'll keep this next category kind of short. Now we are on to the casinos. So here in Nevada, on the state line Nevada side, you're going to have Harrah's and Harvey's, which are right next to each other, and they actually are connected by an underground tunnel, which is pretty cool. And this is also where you're going to find those 2 big arcades located at both of these casinos as well. Then just past those 2 casinos, the last 2 you're going to have are going to be Bally's and Hard Rock. Now everyone's trip is different, obviously, when it comes to gambling, but for us, we did not really have any big wins at all. We went a couple different times, didn't really even keep us alive. So for us, the slots and the tables weren't the best for winning out, or paying out, I should say, but we did have a good time. All the staff on the tables were super friendly. They helped us learn a few new tips and tricks when it came to the games, and the drinks were pretty good priced, and there's also some restaurants in there and things like that. When we went, it was dead, but then again, we did go right after a massive snowstorm, so I can't really tell you if that's typical or not, but overall, we had fun at the casinos. And now we are almost at the end of the video, and we are going to leave you with some tips and tricks that I think you definitely need to know before you go that we learned when we were there. First off, don't be very confident in getting an Uber. So we had trouble both times. We could not get one. It said it was finding one. We didn't get one multiple times. We did get lucky once and we had one. She told us it's a little bit better if you're by the casinos, which that's where we were, to go over back to the California side because there's more Ubers on that side and crossing the border is a little difficult. But, you know, it could have been the time we went. It was really snowy, but from what we found, Ubers are not super easy to get. Also, if you're coming to South Lake Tahoe to go to like the Heavenly area and the ski resort areas, make sure you get a car with 4-wheel drive. The girl that we rented from said, you know, it's super necessary in the March winter months, so if you are going around then, make sure you pre-book a car with 4-wheel drive. Now, I'm not sure if this trick applies to other home rentals here in Tahoe, but for us, for our Gondola Vista, we got offered someone to do all of our grocery shopping and put it away for us before we arrived. And when I tell you it was a game changer, it was a game changer. She did such an amazing job. We gave her a list. She went to Safeway, brought it all in, put it all away for us. We do cook, you know, every other night when we go out on these vacations. It costs a little bit of a service fee. I want to say it was like $50, but for us, it was so worth it. The first day of our vacation takes so long getting all the food and everything from the grocery store. So if you want to save a little bit of time, definitely take this offer up. It was game changing. And we flew in from Florida, so I don't know if it's different other places, but for us it was a pretty pricey flight. And I've heard other people say that as well. So make sure you buy your flights early. They were cheaper earlier on. They did go up. Of course, month of March, really sought after time to go to these places, but book your flights early. And this also goes with the booking early thing. Make sure you make your reservations to any of the restaurants you want to go to. We were talking to a couple of the workers and they said, of course, when we went, it was dead, nothing like they've seen before, but usually it is slammed. It's hard to get a reservation. A lot of places are like a 2-hour wait, so make sure you make those restaurant reservations in advance. And adjacent to Heavenly Village, there is a kind of marketplace, and it has a place called Rally's. This is a smaller grocery store, but it is a lot closer than the Safeway, which is the larger grocery store. It also has a bunch of little things in it. It's got a Subway, it's got some ski rental stuff, it's got an Ace, it's got a bunch of little things. So don't sleep on Rally's. We found a lot of good stuff there, and it was so much closer we could even walk from our house. But on a side note, don't be a moron like us. Read the signs. It's 2-hour parking only. You can't park here and go into town. We weren't paying attention. We had to get something from Rally's, and then we went into town for a few hours, but we got a $200 parking bill. And you could see the sign kind of right here. We didn't see it. It was raining. It was empty, but yep, $200 fine. So make sure you park just a little bit further up for the $10 parking lot, or find parking downtown in the garages. And this was surprising for us to learn. It is legal for recreational marijuana use on the California side and the Nevada side of South Lake Tahoe. So if that's something you're interested in, that is available there. And I'm gonna leave you with pretty much a no-brainer tip. Make sure you bring the right shoes, okay? Proper footwear is super important. It is wet, it is slippery, it is icy. Of course, I brought the right shoes. Carson had to go buy shoes because all he brought was Sperry's. And the boys, 15-year-olds, love their Crocs and socks. Crocs and socks did not work for that weather, so make sure you pack the correct shoes so you're prepared. That is going to conclude our everything you need to know before you go to South Lake Tahoe / Heavenly Village for the winter months. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out our channel. Again, if you want more in-depth information about anything, we have a vlog every day. So make sure you check out our channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, just leave them down below. We'll make sure to respond. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.